Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys probably the best 1x1 solo starter base that I have come across. It has 180 spots for storage, an airlock, a TC, and up to a T3 workbench, 3 furnaces, 4 if you technically want to be annoying, but I won't keep going on about what this base has to offer. I'm just going to get straight into the building of it. And remember, if you guys like the video, be sure to subscribe, comment, and like for more. Alright, so before we get into the building this thing, I would really suggest putting this in a lower spot, like in a valley or where there's a lot of like little hills, if you don't plan on upgrading this or giving it honeycomb or anything like that. But to get started, you want to make the foundation as close to the ground as possible. Simple 1x1 with an airlock. And then this is where we go off track a little bit. You want to do half walls all the way around. And then before we really do anything, you want to just upgrade this to stone. That way nobody comes on and just destroys it all. You want to upgrade as you go. And then since we're already here, we can go ahead and place all 3 of our furnaces in this first little room, which not only does that act as, 3 furnaces, but also acts as a floor. So now we can go ahead and put our door here, our walls here, everything else, and then another door here. So now we have, a simple airlock. Place the airlock correctly because you guys yell at me for that for some reason. And then upgrade it as we go once more. All right, there we go. And so now that we have the first room finished, we can close that door and we'll put locks on everything later, but we can go ahead and put this TC in the very, very corner. We want to make sure it's as snug to the wall as possible, just because of later on in the build, there is something we need to do. So now that's there. We can go ahead and place this in the corner right here. And then this needs to be right in here. We got to get it aligned very perfectly. Sometimes it takes a few tries to pick things up and put them back down because everything has to be exact. All right, there we go. So now we have all these boxes lined up, and sometimes if you did your alignment right, you can fit another box in here just in the middle, but sometimes you can't, and that's perfectly fine because it necessarily wasn't really meant to be, even though I was somehow able to do it in the base I showed you in the very beginning. But now that we have all our boxes in place, you can go ahead and craft a lock and place them on all of these. And then might as well put locks on the doors, as well, because you guys yell at me for some reason on that too, even though this is a sandbox server. Now that we have locks and everything, you can go ahead and put a floor triangle down and just put it right here. And then upgrade that to stone as well. Now you're going to be thinking, after we place down our T3 and another storage box, you're going to be thinking, well, where do we put the sleeping bag? Well, that's the funny part. You don't. You put it outside. So you just go out here, you find a bush or, multiple bushes, and you put down your little sleeping bag. And then that's voila, that's your base. And from the outside, it looks like that's just a really high 1x1. And to most people are just going to pass right by it and not really give it a second thought. But yeah, this is the most perfect 1x1 that I can actually think of. Very compact, has tons of storage. I don't think you'll have any issue with it. Very low risk, very low maintenance. But yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, just leave a comment, like below, all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a pleasure doing this for you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.